Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, he is an internationally acclaimed artist. You'll meet the great Rolando Diaz next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, I met my next guest about 5 years ago. He came on my show 5 years ago, and he was promoting an upcoming event, and he blew me away. So when his publicist, Tammany Stern, came to me and said, hey, he's got another big event, I said, absolutely, he has to come back to the show. Rolando Diaz, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, man. It's so great to be here, Jeff.
I like the
I
Jeff.
know, man. I went bright this morning.
Have to go bright. Hey, you're an artist. Okay, so what are your earliest memories of art?
Oh my goodness, I go all the way back to Havana, Cuba. I was born there, and we left, after the Communist Party took over. But I was drawing as a kid in our home there in Havana all the time. My parents must have gone like, "Guys, you ever going to stop drawing? We have too many of these drawings." But it all goes back to Havana,
Yeah. So more from Rolando in a minute, but he's also a feature in a documentary called Recapturing Cuba. Let's go ahead and roll a clip from that.
In 1959, Fidel Castro's army marched into Havana. Soon after, my family fled to the U.S. I was 7 years old, and I didn't know if I would ever see my home again. My name is Rolando Diaz. I live in Dallas now, making my living as an artist. All that I have left of Cuba are memories, fragments, images, snapshots in my mind. They find their way onto my canvases like ghosts from a long, forgotten time. I have decided to recapture them. I will return to the place of my birth to rediscover the people and places that have lived within me for so many years, and to see what my life would have become had I stayed. I will meet the artists who are working there now, and through their lives and through their art, I hope to learn how to better understand my own. I've always been afraid of what I might find if I returned, but now I'm more afraid of what I might lose if I don't.
Wow. Yeah. Makes me want to go rent that right now on Netflix.
Thank you. That is a very sweet patron, dear friend of mine. I made that happen. So I didn't go looking for a documentary in my life, but she made all that happen. It was fascinating to go back.
And every once in a while you will return to Havana?
I go every year. In fact, I have 2 murals. My first 2 murals will be done at the end of May, beginning of June. So I'll be in Havana for 2 weeks doing that for the first time.
Wow. I want to show another piece of art that you're very proud of. It's called The Horses of Revelation. Let's go ahead and put that on the screen. This is a very popular painting. So describe what we're looking at.
So this is directly from Revelation 6 in the Word, the 4 horses that are mentioned there. And I did these pieces many years ago, and they traveled to different locations. And this time they're going to right here locally to a great museum, the Biblical Arts Museum. So
Biblical Arts Museum. And people can actually meet you? You have a one-man show?
Yes, I have a one-man show coming up at the Biblical Arts by North Park this coming Sunday from 3 to 5. It's a free reception. We'd love to have you there and look at the amazing work inside this museum. This museum has original Dalis, Chagall's, Mary Cassatt's. I mean, it's amazing. And a lot of people are not even aware that this museum is there by North Park. So,
I agree. I've been there several times, and it's really a gem. Gem.
It's impressive.
I want to show some of your other works. We're going to go ahead and scroll down the portfolio page of your website, and I want you to talk about some of the images. So what are we looking at here?
So this is a mother and child. I had a very interesting experience as a child. It's a long story, so I won't go into it now. That triggered all of these mother and child's experiences. This particular image, along with other 5, Warner Brothers paid me to have the images in the movie In the Heights.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you saw the musical.
Yes.
Kind of like, one of the famous movies from way back. I cannot think of the name of the movie right now. But anyway, so this was featured there, and one of my collectors is letting me borrow this painting to put in the show, so they will see this piece at the museum.
Outstanding. Let's talk about who inspired you. Where do you draw your inspiration?
Yeah, I've had a lot of I studied formally, so I've had a lot of great masters that have inspired me. But I love the work of Fritz Scholder, the great American Indian painter. I thought he was an amazing colorist. The first time I saw his works, I was blown away by his understanding of color. I also, of course, I'm an abstract expressionist, and Willem de Kooning, the great abstract expressionist, especially his early works, had a huge influence on me. As a student in college, I went and saw an original show of his works, and I was blown away by that man's work. And ever since, that influence comes through in my work. So.
And tell us everybody about Euphoria.
Yeah, so a friend of mine, Seth Simmons, and myself, we built a theater at Southside of Lamar, the famous Southside of Lamar on the Cedars area. And that theater has been doing live performances for 20-some years. It began there. Seth, as a composer pianist, he would play while I created an original work of art, and then the piece would go into auction. So Seth and I began there. Then we began to travel nationally and internationally, so it just grew. And it's been a wonderful experience. I've been able to raise a lot of money.
Let's talk about your philanthropy, because you do sometimes donate your works for charity.
So through the years, American Heart Association, Alzheimer's, just many organizations, I've been able to paint live, and then that work goes to benefit that organization. And of course, coming from a situation when we lost everything in Cuba, being welfare children in Miami, barely making it, I connect to people that are in bad places in life, financially and otherwise. So through this, form of creating and working, I can sell something that then can benefit a great organization to help people.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Well, so how do you get your inspiration when you're out and about and you're kind of looking at a tree or something? I mean, do sometimes they speak to you?
Well, I've always said that in my case, art is the expression of life. So things that are happening in my life, for example, I just did a residency in Sheridan, Wyoming, and that was a 30-day experience in the mountains. And so from that experience, I did a whole new series called Sheridan that has to do with the West, because that city is supposedly the most Western city in the United States.
Okay.
So there you go. Yeah, Buffalo Bill. I didn't get to meet him, but yeah, he hung out there.
And hey, Western is in these days.
That's right.
Right? There's so many popular TV dramas on these days. Okay, final thoughts. What would you like to leave people with? I know they're all invited to come see you on Sunday.
Right. Well, I just want them to not only be inspired by the works, but also I give praise to God for my gifts and talents, because I think that's where it all originates, right? So if they come to this museum, they will be highly inspired.
Outstanding. We're going to end with his website, which is Rolando Diaz, fineart.com. The great Rolando Diaz. Thanks for coming on the show.